That's what a hamburger's all about. That's what a hamburger's all about. 20 minutes from Dan's house. He's just informed me. He's standing in line at the 500 cars deep right now. Somebody just sent me a picture. It looks like you're trying to get into an event.
Dan, just get up towards the front of the crowd and start yelling, "Don't you know who I am?" and see if you can get in front of a few people.
Dan is getting himself a regular burger, shake and fries. 75-minute wait for him on the inside.
Did he use the app?
They don't have an app.
They don't have an app?
Dude, it's
2025. Everybody has an app. My cat has an app.
Does it?
Yes.
What's it called? Cat app?
Catnap app.
Oh, man. I'm surprised he didn't do his show from there. I would have tried to if I'd have remembered. We should do that now. Actually, our good friends here. So it's a food day here. I don't know if you guys know this. Hibachi Jr. This is amazing. Food truck. All right. They got locations in Mount Juliet, Gallatin, and Hendersonville. They came in. It's quick, casual hibachi. They came in and they did some stuff downstairs and they brought us some chicken and some beef. I just had a little bit of beef. Oh, Lordy. Lordy. What a wonderful thing.
I'm coming in there and seeing what it's all about.
Normally, if I'm doing something, I never get anything. As I'm taking a bite of this, I hear this over the loudspeaker. What you got in there? It's Bill. He wants some of this food. Would you come get this? You know what I'm saying? When you want to get down. Get down on it. Woohoo. Last night, Trump did his thing. Whatever. Great that he riffed. Fun. Does it fix anything? No. You still have to address the issues. It is. And I've been saying this, and I'll continue to say it. It says on my national show today. It's not the message, it's the messaging. The message, the thing you want to bring, it's right. Right? It's the affordability. Don't shy away from it, and don't put blame on others. Talk about what you're doing, how this is going to take a while. This isn't going to be perfect. You have to do that. I mean, we can look at the numbers. I mean, I'm a numbers guy. You came in, inflation was at 3%. It's at 3% now. Jobs stagnant, wages up 1%. So you're still on the losing side of things when it comes to that. But you've slowed it down. You know, now the Biden people could make an argument that that's where it was when he left. But whatever. The reality is you then, though, pivot to what you're going to do, right? Because if you have to explain it this many times, it's like explaining a bad joke, right? No matter how many times you explain it, it doesn't matter. It was not funny. It wasn't funny the first time. It's not funny now. It's beginning to stale. The reality of what's happening is frustrating people. The reality is you can tell people who have a bias, hey, I think this, and this. Right? Whatever it is in the politics, left, right, you can get the people that believe it, want it to be true, they'll buy it. But when it comes to their finances, that's something you can't talk them in and out of. And I'm telling you, if I'm running a campaign right now for the Democrats, this interview here, some of the stuff he said in it, I'm going to run it over and over again, especially if things are really bad. And I don't think they're going to be, I think we're going to have a little bit of a struggle. I think we're going to have a little bit of a dip. I don't think they're going to be bad. I don't think it's going to be 2008, which is what a lot of people are asking. I don't think any of those things.
That's what grade he would give his.
Remember, he's giving himself a grade.
His economy during a taped interview released today. Trump told Politico this.
I wonder what grade you would give.
A plus.
A plus.
Yeah, A plus. The word affordability. I inherited a mess. I inherited a total mess. Prices were at an all-time high when I came in. Prices are coming down substantially. It's been 10 months. It's amazing what we've done.
The reality, however, is that Americans continue to struggle with rising costs and are increasingly holding Trump responsible. A recent CBS News survey shows just 36% of Americans approve of Trump's handling of the economy. That's not an A+++++. That's an F. And according to a Fox News poll last month, 62% of Americans say they blame Trump for the current economic conditions. 32% blame Biden.
There's enough blame to go around. And Trump, you have to take some of the blame because you've said that this was going to be fixed from day one. You promised people this, and you're still pushing it. It's not whether – I never expected – him to come in and fix things immediately. I mean, people who think that, he's not a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. He's not that. Although I would have been the best wizard, I would have been. But what I do expect is change the messaging. And the messaging has to be, yes, it's affordability. We're looking at generational things. This isn't going to be easy. Anything worth doing it in the long term is going to be hard. Message it in a way where, there's a sense and a feeling that you're with them. Man, I got a lot of hardcore MAGA friends last night. They said swing and miss. And then going back to it's all the Somalia and making fun of stuff. That's great. All right, you're doing all that, whatever. But it doesn't fix the issues that people are having. At one time last night, he said that the farmers are getting rich. Farmers, if you're out there, text the program. Are you getting rich? If they're getting rich, why did you need a $12 billion bailout? It's the messaging. The message of affordability is very real. It's a very real message. And even some of you out there who I know love Trump. And again, this would be anybody, but this is not about Trump. It's about the message. And sometimes I wonder if he's getting nobody wants to give him any kind of bad news. So he gives him kind of half news, or they give him only a good thing. You've got to be honest with people. If you're honest with everybody, people are more willing to give you, a fair shake and keep it going. But if you push the blame and try to say it's everybody else's fault, eventually that gets old fast. Once again, don't bring me problems, bring me solutions. People want to know, what are you going to do? How are you going to improve this? But if I'm the Democrats, and you're saying you got an A+++, I'm running that everywhere, especially if the economy's struggling. And do I think the economy's going to be struggling this time next year? No. I think we can see a slowdown. And then maybe, through the first quarter and start to pick up towards the end of the second quarter. And I think we could see a pop from there. But I also think a lot has to do with what's going on with healthcare, which is God only knows. You know what? Trump's all, we're going to send everybody some Robitussin, some vaccine. And you guys get to pick what kind of Band-Aids you want. Now, do you want one of the cartoon ones? I would do SpongeBob. He seems pretty cool. I like SpongeBob. Seems like a good guy. But you've got to find out what it is they're pitching. Nancy Mace, who, of course, you guys don't know, she's a little bit able to speak her mind a little more. She's running for governor, right? So she's running for governor. She's not going to be there anymore. But she wrote an op-ed piece about, the fecklessness of Mike Johnson. Because Mike Johnson is, first of all, about how the Republicans, let's be honest, they've done nothing. They haven't codified any of the stuff that Trump's done. It's by fiat, right? Like his pen, he takes it, he writes stuff down, and he does it, and then nothing happens. So the minute, if he loses and there's no Republican behind him, whoever comes in next can undo all those things. Kind of like Biden did to him and he did to Biden again. So they need to step up. But then they got to the question of something very important, which is the cost of health care and where's the plan?
Do you think that Speaker Johnson has a health care plan?
Well, we haven't seen any language yet, but I would say the first thing that we should do to address health care in this country is look at how government has contributed to the problem. We have overregulation in many markets. We have states that still have certificate of need programs. We don't have price transparency. Trump is working on that now. But because of the lack of competition in the market, because of government subsidies, because of overregulations, the cost of health care is exponential today. It is unattainable and unaffordable for most middle-class Americans. And thank God there are businesses who have come on board that pay for healthcare premiums that at least partially or in full when you're talking to small businesses. But there are a lot of government regulations we have to remove and also quantify. We have in South Carolina, for example, doctors, when they leave a hospital system to start their own practice, they can't compete with the hospital within a certain mileage. I mean, it's just crazy what we're doing to the healthcare market.
So you're a Republican, and you're saying you have not seen a Republican plan.
I've not seen any language. No language. There's no language that's been out. If we're going to vote on healthcare next week, which is a rumor, no one has seen the plan. We haven't read it. I would like to see it. I would like to put my teeth into it.
I think a lot of people would. And healthcare is going to be an issue. Here, whoever's in charge is the one holding the bag at the end. That's it. So subsidies are going away. Healthcare prices are going up. You've got monopolies that are dominating in a lot of different areas in the healthcare industry. You've got these crazy rules. You've got to have a plan. And I do not think, as Ken said last hour, they've got two competing plans. One is never going to happen, and the other one's probably dead on arrival. I mean, I would like to think they get something done, and maybe there's some internal polling that comes out and says, hey, guys, you better figure out how to, get some subsidies for the next year or so, or you're going to really come under some heavy fire when it comes to the politics of it all. So we'll see. But the thing about the beauty of Trump is how real he is as a person. And that was the beauty of it. At times now, though, I feel like he's surrounded himself with people where it's almost at times he feels like he's becoming a caricature and he's out there spouting stuff and you're thinking to yourself, dude, come on. You know that people aren't doing it. This isn't a hoax. This isn't an A++, and it's also not something you're going to finish overnight. And you have to remind people and talk to two different groups of people. An older generation that is stoked that the stock market's through the roof because they're living off their 401ks and their retirement and they don't have big bills. And then a younger generation that is feeling the burden of a lot of what's happening. Again, the messaging. It's like if you're a comic and you walk in and you work blue and you look and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know I was working this corporate gig today. And they're like, don't cuss. You're like, uh-oh, you're going to work different. Then you walk in a room with a bunch of guys and gals who are there to laugh and they really don't care if they want to hear some of your stuff. You got to start, as you're out there. Again, the message, affordability. The messaging needs to change. People want. I just got a picture of Dan standing in line. It is awesome. It's almost like the olden days when you used to have to wait outside to get concert tickets.
Can you post that on your socials, please?
I'm going to. Dan looks good, too. He's all Scotty. You guys, you probably never seen a smile like this ever from Dan. He says he can smell it. He goes, man, I can smell it. I said, oh, my cardiologist isn't going to like this.
He sort of cracked a smile on his wedding day.
Not like this. He would have married In-N-Out Burger. I think we all would have. So it's open today, by the way. When's the other one open? Is it Friday?
Friday,
baby, Friday. And she's out here, actually, too. I saw that. So the lady that owns it, the soul, she's it. She's the soul. They're not public anything. She got one of those big scissors. I don't know where you get those. Those big scissors probably come from the same place that your mother and father had those giant, huge spoon and a fork on the wall. Remember those? Like, where'd you get those? Hey, Belle, how was the hibachi?
Exquisite.
Our good friends. We just had some hibachi. So far today, Belle and I threw my sandwich away because there was a donut. So I ate a donut. Belle had a donut. And then he was eating his oatmeal.
Belle had 4 donuts and has a washing guilt over it.
Yeah. Ooh. Then he was eating his oatmeal. He's like, oh my God, I feel guilty. And then he's like, what is that? I said, it's hibachi. He came in there. He's like, this is delicious. And Ken had a Reese's peanut butter tree.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't worry.
I'm staying at, I did break down and I did have one donut.
See, you can't not have a donut.
I ate the Snoopy.
Oh, God.
Poor little Snoopy. I should have made a Woodstock, too.
Didn't you eat Woodstock? No, you ate Charlie Brown. I ate the normal one from Krispy Kreme. I like Krispy Kreme, but I like Shipley's, too. My problem is the Shipley's that's close enough to here is, like, it's not convenient because there's so much work being done downtown and everything. Oh, God. All right, coming up. Yes, White Woman Wednesday. We've got some good white women stuff because there's controversy out there. Because only America could come up with this kind of stupid controversy. We're going to discuss that, a bunch of other good stuff as well. Reach out to us across all of our social media, and I will post some of the Dan in line on this wonderful, wonderful opening up of In-N-Out here in Tennessee. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. A lot of you are like, oh, don't say bad things about Trump. This has nothing to do with Trump, for God's sakes. Somebody just says, leave it to the professionals. I've been doing this a long, long time. I'll talk politics with anybody. I look at not the side, the team you're on. I want to know the data and facts. If data and facts make you uncomfortable because you're being challenged, that's a you problem.
Why are people so afraid to hold the person that they voted for and that they put in office accountable?
The reason is because it's cults. It is. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up. This is a really cool quote. This is for some of you may struggle with this, but the accountability thing, because it's nothing to do with whether or not, because you may believe it, but whether or not you're willing to say it out loud, whether you're willing to acknowledge it, and there's a reason for that.
According to Nietzsche, few people actually care about the truth. Few people care about facts. Instead, most people are concerned with looking good and feeling good. Most people care only about comfort, security, and power. From this observation, the philosopher Joseph Schieber coined the expression the Nietzsche thesis, where he argued that the goal of most conversations is not about seeking the truth, but about self-preservation. In other words, most people will accept or reject a fact based upon calculation rather than any concern for the truth. As Nietzsche put it, we will accept and look for truth only when it has pleasant, life-preserving consequences. Conversely, we are resistant to potentially harmful or destructive truths. We do not have any meaningful concern for the truth, but only our well-being. There is one observation about the modern world which might lend support to the Nietzsche thesis, and that's the popularity of conspiracy theories and echo chamber monologues. Because if people really did concern for the truth, they would be fact-checking wild and distorted claims all of the time, but people do not. When a charismatic or compelling speaker delivers a statement, it's easy to accept it based much more on self-serving lines. People will nod along if others are nodding along too. They will accept it if it preserves their social status.
And that's so much of what it is. It's the tribe, man. Nobody wants to go through the tribe. Nobody wants to talk about the tribe in a way where against the tribe, because their fear is if I say something, I may be ostracized. So my bias is I believe everything. And because I believe everything in this manner, and the tribe matters, and this is who I am. Where I just care about the truth. I care about the numbers. I care about the data and facts. And I don't care about the rest. I mean, everybody else, they may, but that's never been who I am. You don't like Trump. It's not that, first of all, I don't care one way or another about Trump. I don't care one way or another about any politician. I care about, can you do the job in front of you, and are you doing it for the right reasons for America? We put you there in this situation, Congress, Senate, President. We put you there. Are you doing the things you're supposed to be doing? Or are you doing things for show? And then you're lying to people and hoping that they believe it. And like Bell said, why are people afraid? If you say, you know what? Yeah, things are a little bit hotter than normal as far as inflation. Yeah, maybe he shouldn't have said from day one. And definitely I can see why people are frustrated. That's one thing. But instead it's, you suck. You know nothing. Okay. I mean, that's your go-to. That's so hilarious. And as I was talking to our big boss earlier today, and she says, we've lost the art of dialogue because it's no longer, hey, I agree with 90% of what you believe in, or 95%. It's like, hey, that one thing that, you said something I don't agree with. So it's not that I don't like that opinion. It's I hate you now because you must hate me. Really. I'm going to post that picture here of Dan at Chad Benson Show on the Twitter. So Dan is at In-N-Out Burger. He says he's in a 75-minute wait. And he's out of the car. He didn't get in the car. The car line is, some people are saying it's 500 deep, 3 parking lots. So get ready, kids. Eventually, I say go 2 weeks from now, right? Like the day after Christmas, something like that. It'll be much better. But you're always going to have a line. You will. I'm just letting you guys know that. But it's not going to be like it is right now. Definitely not. All right, coming up, White Woman Wednesday. Who would have thought a color, and I'm not talking about a person, but a color would cause so much controversy? Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. I like it. Feels like it's NFL films. Somebody said, Chad, you know what? It's your fact that you're a smart ass. It's not whether you're right or wrong. It's you're a smart ass. I'm like, I can deal with that. I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
Why is there always a caveat, an excuse?
I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. You know, I mean, that's the world that we live in. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I just want to give you guys the right information. I've always been this way. If somebody tells me all the things I want to hear and they're lying to me, and then I find out they're lying, and I stick around and I listen to them or watch them or take opinions from them and they continually do it, why would I go back to them over and over again? I mean, it's...
And if you do, the consequences are on you.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, by the way, another great text. I can't believe it's a felony to get a massage. Me either. Now, was it the owner of the Patriots that got caught? Remember that? Bob Kraft
Not this
caught?
time.
Not this time. I went to get my nails done. She's like, you pick color and take your pants off. You're the worst. Ladies and gentlemen, we do White Woman Wednesday. Now, Jess, who is our other white woman, so both of them progressive. Kylie, we talked about her earlier. This one is not just about their grievances, but the grievances of the globe, apparently, especially here in America. Now, if you guys don't know who Pantone is, you're about to find out. Pantone basically is they're the people who set the color. Like the color. Like they're the color company. They're America's limited liability company headquartered in, was it Carlstadt, New Jersey? Best known, it's Pantone matching system and color naming system. Or they have the Color Institute. Well, they've named their color of the year in controversy.
Pantone can call this choice apolitical, but the culture it reflects is anything but. Pantone named Cloud Dancer, aka White, as color of the year, while insisting it has nothing to do with race or politics, saying that skin tone did not factor into this at all. But claiming white as neutral is a political statement in itself. It's the aesthetic version of, I don't see color, or
I love jeans.
And their description of it as a whisper of calm in a noisy world raises the obvious question, calm for who? Because this color only reads as calming if you ignore the socio-political context that makes whiteness culturally dominant, or if you actively align with it. Let's be direct. Elevating whiteness as the ideal aesthetic in 2025 mirrors the political moment we're living in, a moment defined by ICE raids, nativist rhetoric, and a mainstream conservative push towards order, purity, and a return to traditional values. The same values appearing in the aesthetics and color palettes dominating your feed.
Hold on a second. You got all that from a color? Yeah, the color. You don't know what the color is, Chad? It's Cloud Dancer. Okay. So, you know what you and I would call it? White. It's white.
Well, you're not getting the symbolism.
That's what I figured.
It's when white Jesus comes back into the clouds and he gets rid of all the brown and yellow people, and the only people left are white.
Is it going to have long hair?
I don't know.
So.
What is he, kind of a hippie? What are you, one of them hippies?
Probably going to be wearing sandals.
Probably them Birkenstocks. Those are like lesbian Air Jordans.
I want to see how long this woman's arms are because she can reach.
Oh, guys, we haven't even started yet. There's more coming. So know this. First of all, Pantone called this. I was mistaken. I thought, why is Pantene getting involved in this? They do hair stuff. No, not them. This is Cloud Dancer. It's a bland off-white shade. And they said it's basically to calm the hectic society that we currently find ourselves in.
Fascist movements have always relied on aesthetics that glorify simplicity, restraint, and homogeneity. Nazi Germany famously promoted natural textiles, muted color palettes, and visual uniformity to signal racial purity and ideological control. It's an aesthetic that strips away individuality. Don't be too much, too loud, too feminine, too black, too queer, in favor of a conservative performance of taste and self-expression. I reference this all the time, but in Cabaret, the flamboyant Kit Kat Club dancers of Act 1 finish Act 2 in all beige suits, representing the rise of fascism in Berlin. This exact dynamic that's showing up in culture and commerce.
Again, the reach, as you say, the twisting around, trying to grab, flip, to get to this point, the pretzeling of the fact that we start with, so we've gone from a bland white. This is why the Democrats struggle, because you guys are idiots. What the hell are you doing? So you go from the bland white to like, hey, you know what? We think we need to bring it bring it down a little bit. We think the temperature in the room's a little too hot. Let's calm it down a little bit. And Pantone's like, you know what? This represents that calming feel. And then this is fascism.
So when Pantone says this color is apolitical, that framing is actually the real tell. Framing whiteness as the absence of politics is exactly how politics rooted in whiteness gain power. From Turning Point USA's white Christian nationalist talking points, being framed as the harmless opinions of a family-oriented Christian man, to brands seeing this and adopting the same aesthetics because the only thing they care about is their bottom line. Which is why, ironically, Pantone may have picked the most honest color of the year yet. Cloud Dancer perfectly captures a moment where brands speak in the visual language of authoritarian nostalgia while insisting it's nothing more than good taste.
Good taste, guys. Cloud Dancer. Or as we like to call it, white.
What a dumbass.
But it's all over. Just type in Cloud Dancer or Pantone and see the controversy of this. I don't know how, first of all, if I'm Pantone, nobody really kind of outside of the she knew who you were. So this is great for you. Right? This is great for you. Like, you want this. I think. I don't know. I mean, they'll probably already think you guys are part of Hugo Boss back in the day. This is what you want? Some neat outfits? Could we be the bad guys? Just incredible. It really is incredible that somebody could start here and move over to, like, I don't even know how you get there, but it's like the whole thing with Candace Owens. I don't get it. And Tim Pool, did you hear Tim Pool on the 19th, maybe his last show ever? Because there's no hyperbole there. He says he's almost broke and he has to spend all the money he has on protection.
Well, he does get swatted a lot.
He does. Well, I don't know if he gets swatted that much anymore because he's got so many. I think they're at the point now where they probably call his house. But he says he got shot at the other night. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm assuming it is. I'm like, who shot at him? Was it the French?
No, he meant he got a shout out.
No, he got shot at. That's what they said. They shot at his house. And I don't watch Tim and I don't watch Candace. My wife watches Candace, right?
Well, you know what? He's just a controversial hate monger. And he exposes or espouses, violence, so he deserves to be shot.
No. Nobody deserves to be shot when it comes to their.
Well, I'm trying to be ironic, and that's, they'll say that's why he deserves what he gets, but then they'll use the methods that they claim he's trying to cause to happen to affect their revenge.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what it is, right? Like, because the whole thing, there's this fight. So if you guys know anything about it, like, Candace does this, right? So my wife and I, she likes Candace, but she's liked Candace for a long time. And to be honest, I don't care for I watch Breaking Points, I watch little, Dave Smith, and then the rest of the time I'm watching just movie trailers and, that great song from Tiny Tim, Santa's Got AIDS This Year. It's the worst song ever. Santa's got AIDS this Christmas. Yep, that's what I heard. But the controversy is, my question is, how do you get to these points where, like, do you think they're scripting this? Do you think there are people? I feel like people should be scripting, like, some of these controversies. I almost want to go on and conspiracies and say to AI, all right, let's come up with a fun conspiracy. And let's see what we can come up with and see how we can tie it together. Because with a conspiracy, what you need is this is the thing with Candace. And again, I don't listen to kids. My wife loves her. She likes her show and she thinks, well, there could be some there. I'm like, I have no idea. And, people ask me about it. I'm like, look, I think they're all fighting for audience. I think at the end of the day, there's a piece of pie, and then there's another piece of pie, and everybody's got their pie, and some pie is bigger. And then all of a sudden, you had somebody had a whole bunch of pie over here, and it's all up for grabs. And that's Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk, and everybody's trying to grab that pie. Nick Fuentes, right? Like, and he's playing the game where he's a white supremacist and all the thing, and he's a troll, but he speaks to a lot of young men who are pissed and angry. So everybody's trying to grab their thing. And then she always comes up with this, like the Macron thing. If you guys don't know anything about that. And where she swears that Macron's wife used to be a dude because there's no pictures of her as kids and all of these things. And now she's being sued for that. And then this whole thing with Tim and her going back and forth. And she says the other day, what'd she say? She couldn't do her show anymore. She had to take the time off because the French were coming to assassinate her or something of that nature. And then she went to Dollywood. So that's the issues I have. I'm like, God, does people buy this? I don't know if you guys follow it. I just can't. I just find it just to be ridiculous. It's high school, but I'm always curious, and that my curiosity when it comes to, and I think this is part of my brain. I like facts. I like figures. And this is the world that I live in, and there has to be if there's a problem, if there's something, I want the solution to the problem. Where when it comes to conspiracies or throwing things out there, she asks, questions in a kind of vague way, like, do you think they did it? Or, from the cartels to the military to Turning Point USA to, the Mossad and I'm like, I'm all over the place. I don't know how, that's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there. Interesting. Let me know what you think. A lot of good stuff. We still got some more White Woman Wednesday. Some of you are chiming in about Pantone. I don't know what Pantone did. That the fact that you name a color and you get that much hate for it.
If they had picked something like chocolate brown, she would be coming up saying that they're reducing people of color to just a piece of equipment or a marketing tool.
No. Yes. Dude, again, like whether it's Candace or this, like this, Jess, you're sitting there and all you have to do is go, oh, look at this. I have white writing on here with black. And the black is doing all the work. The white is just the background. The black is doing all the work with me typing into it. Therefore, you could do that all day with everything and then eventually have no friends. But here's the thing. Jess is easy on the eyes, so people are like,
well, that goes a long way. It's like AOC is just absolutely awesome until she starts talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Again. But you know what she does? She's managed to use what she has to further herself. And she may say ridiculous stuff, but it's not like Jasmine Crockett, right? See, like she's talking about, Mondani, he won in New York, so it shows I can win. Mondani won in a damn blue city that's kind of progressive in some areas. Nobody believes what he's saying, but they wanted change, and he was running against a guy who they looked at as Dr. Death, Governor Death. You're running in a state that's red. You have no chance. Things would have to go so wrong for you to win. And by the way, if things have gone that wrong for her to win, we're in a lot of trouble. I mean, a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. All right, coming up. Got some other fun stuff on the way as well. I'm going to post that picture. I've been trying to do it, but then we had food. We had all kinds of stuff. Dan is out there in line getting himself some snacks at the In-N-Out Burger.
Speaking of food, I need the name of that food truck.
Okay, we'll come back. I'll give it to you because you ate that stuff quick. Hibachi Jr.
So good.
This is amazing. It's a food truck. It's incredible. Thank you guys so much. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Say our entire football team is injured. We need a quarterback. Let's go to the Wayback Machine and get that guy.
44-year-old Phillip Rivers, an Alabama high school football coach who recently became a grandpa. Oh, and the Indianapolis Colts just signed him as their quarterback. The Colts have been plagued by injuries. A torn Achilles just ended their starting quarterback season, and their backup is also hurt.
44. How many kids, you ask? 10. He's got a 2-year-old, and he's also got a grandchild. Because apparently he's Amish. I could say that because I know they don't listen. You know what I know? They only listen when Ken's talking about the beds.
They don't believe in electricity.
They don't. Which is weird that Ken's got a mattress from them. But 44. He was eligible for the Hall of Fame this year. I guess the clock starts ticking again.
Well, he's not going to get it now.
No, he's going to the Hall of Fame too. But it's funny. If you guys know nothing about him, very, very religious. And there's a great story when he was with at the time, I think they were the San Diego Chargers. He never cusses. They were trying to get him to cuss. And they were throwing money. It got up to like $10,000 cash for him to just say a bad word. They're like, say the blank or damn or anything. He's like, nope, won't do it.
Dude, I think Trevor Lawrence down there in Jacksonville is the same way.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him after bad plays. I've like watched his face, and he says "phooey."
Yes. And you know what else but the people
it's a family show. We don't need that kind of filth in it.
He's the nice trash talker. Like somebody like Philip will say something funny, but then if you take him down, say, nice play, number 4, nice play, well done, well done. It's just he's just one of those guys. Oh shucks, oh shucks. My son, Jack. So Philip Rivers' kid, Gunner, and his other kid, they played in Jack's Friday Night Lights team, which was stacked, by the way, with nothing but San Diego Chargers players. And they were just blowing everybody up. Philip was coach, Weddle was on the team. There's a few other guys. Yeah, they were awesome. But he's decided he's going to put his shoes back on and come on out. I feel bad for Daniel Jones, the quarterback of the tore his Achilles, because he was having that year.
It's terrible, man.
You know, I mean,
does he still get paid?
Well, he's going to get paid what he's owed now, but they're going to cut him. He was going to get a big payday. He was going to get one of those 3-year, $80 million paydays. Now that ain't going to happen. And it sucks because he was having that kind of year.
You just can't come back from that kind of injury?
You can, but it's Achilles is one of those things. It takes a while. It's not ACL, a lot of these other things, you come back fast. But Achilles, that's probably a good year plus. He probably won't even make training camp next year.
A lot of it's mental, too.
Absolutely.
You think about something like that happening again and...
Because it's always non-contact.
Right.
That's it. You just step back and all of a sudden pop. Boop, boop.
And it's up in your back.
Oh, like one of those things you used to blow when you were a kid. Comes back like that. Oh, geez. Coming up, hour number 3 of the program. A lot of stuff to get to. We got some more White Woman Wednesday. Of course, One Hit Wonder Wednesday. A bunch of other goodies. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.